Nice. Come on, let's give it up for them. They get up early, they come here by 9:30, and I gotta tell you, there's nothing but laughter and fun, and occasionally we practice the music.
It's a secret, Linda. Don't tell everyone you know.
I'm excited that Jess said something. So Jess got married. Woohoo! And now she's going to go away for 5 weeks to practice the honeymoon.
Yeah, to practice, exactly. So we can have another one.
So 5 weeks of practicing the honeymoon, which means that we're going to have an empty chair up here. It's the perfect time for any of you to come join us. It really is. We have a lot of fun, so please consider it, whether you can sing or not. Good morning.
Good morning.
Say hi to each other. Let's slather some love on each other. Awesome. It's so nice to see people who touch my heart, like Allison and Doug. Nice of you to join us this morning. Thank you.
It was a chore, but I had to.
Yeah. Doug was in the hospital this week. And so he told him he had to get out because he had to go to Sunday services. So, yeah. Do you guys notice anything? Yeah. What do you notice? My spy balloon. My spy balloon. As you know, a few weeks a Chinese spy balloon invaded the United States. And we collectively as Americans lost our mind. You know, we allowed fear to enter our world, right? What's this thing doing? Was it a bomb? Was it going to drop gas on us? What was it looking for? How are we allowing things like this to happen? My favorite, aliens! The presidential press secretary actually had to have a press conference where she announced that it was not aliens. Think about that for a minute. There's so many people thinking we had been invaded by aliens that they had to officially make statements. Okay. But what are your thoughts about this spy balloon? No? Didn't happen. No.
Alaskans didn't notice.
Yeah, we were first. It was gone. Did anybody get angry?
The Center for Spiritual Living, we don't worry about.
Well, crap. There goes my talk. For those of you enlightened, shh, till I get my talk done. Was anybody curious?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
In Ecuador, so I was oblivious.
That's a good place to be. Oblivious, as long as there's chocolate. Did anyone experience any kind of fear? No, not in this joint. Great. I am so talking to the wrong crowd this morning. But I gotta tell you, privacy and security are really important in our lives, aren't they? Like, we really don't want our social security number to get out there, or, if they find out how much I make, or, and yet we're walking around with these phones that know more about us than we know about ourselves. It's like, here it is. This is how much I weigh. This is what I make. These are my neighbors. This is my dog. This is my dog. This is my dog. So what I hope that the Chinese, let's go back a bit. Let's reframe the experience. 3 umpires walk into a bar. The Catholic umpire, talking about their job, says there's balls and there's strikes, and I just call them as I see them. Well, the second umpire, the Baptist, well, he's trying to top the first one, says, well, there's balls and there's strikes. And I just call them as they are. Well, Reverend Don was also in the bar. And he said, well, there's balls and there's strikes, but they ain't nothing until I call them. Right? Cool. That song was perfect. God's mind is working in my mind. I see the light shining through. God's mind is working in my mind. Isn't that a great, saying? God's mind is working in my mind. And so let's try to reframe this Chinese spy balloon situation. How do you label the events of your life? Are you quick to complain, to make it bigger than it is? It takes a really strong person to look at a really negative experience and seek the spiritual truth from it. God's mind is working in my mind. So, what I hope the Chinese saw was people living their best life. I hope they saw lots of room and good food, schools and parks, playgrounds and churches of all kinds, dogs, lots and lots of dogs.
Don't forget the cat.
Well, the cats are indoors, so I had a response for that. The cats are indoors, and they're usually under the covers on the owner's bed. So that would take a little more talent on the Chinese's part. And the big thing because it's like, well, what happened to, why do we need Chinese spy balloons? Are the satellites not working anymore? What's going on? And so somebody from the FAA said to me, Joan, thank you, Joan, that they were trying to intercept the communication because they could hear better what was going on. And so I was thinking about that. So they're flying over nuclear secret sites of ours. And so here's what I hope they heard. I hope they heard, nuclear guy number 1, hey, nuclear guy number 2, saying, hey, guess what? What? There's a free concert at the park tonight. Are you going? Because it's like, okay. Do you know, this thing is just full of things to entertain me. Do you know that the pilot that shot the actual first Chinese spy balloon down took a selfie? True fact. The pilot, just before he shoots it down, takes a selfie so you can tell he's in his little jet and he's about to shoot the...
At 700 miles an hour.
That's some talent, and that tells you how much selfies have taken over our life. But let's go back to my balloon, because this is my balloon. And I get to put in it what I want in it. Because God shows up according to the faith and expectation of each individual. Faith and expectation of each individual. That's how amazing God is. And so my balloon is full of dogs, chocolate, laughter, great movies. There's some comfort in there. There's compassion. There's prayer. There's peace. There's grace. And lots and lots and lots of love. And in this little corner right here, I have to admit there's some fear. There's some fear, you know? So here in the Alaska Center for Spiritual Living, we talk about spiritual practices, yes?
Yes.
And so what are those? It's prayer, meditation, visioning, eating is, yeah, that's a bigger part of my balloon. What'd you say, Judy? Partying, yes. Singing,
Laughter.
stripping.
Tibet queens then.
Yeah. For those of you who weren't here, we had a practitioner do a strip tease a few weeks ago. Just seared upon my mind. But what do we do when what's in our balloon is fear, is worry, is panic, is I don't quite believe? And we talk about these spiritual practices. But it's funny because there's one spiritual practice you guys didn't mention. And we talk about it every week. As a matter of fact, Karen actually talked about it today.
Prayer.
No. No. No.
Gratitude.
No. All those are great, though. Crap. Wow. So this really makes my point. Because the spiritual practice I'm going to talk about is a practitioner session. When whatever is so big that it's this, that you can't see past it, that you can't think past it, you can't pray past it. It's just too big. Your heart is heavy. Your mind is running 1,000 miles an hour. Your faith is on a teetering shelf. Get a practitioner session. Well, what the hell is that? Karen said, oh, come and talk to us for an hour, and nah. What this is I'm one of us practitioners. Stand up again. Look at these people. We got Judy, and we got Camille, we got Dawn, we've got Ann, we've got Karen, we've got Bob, we've got Robert. There is a practitioner that will suit every style of person in this room. I am not the person to come to
Child rearing advice.
if what?
Child rearing advice.
Yes, child rearing advice. Not me. Not me. But I tell you what, I've talked to a lot of people about their pets. And I've talked to a lot of people about grief. But yeah, child rearing, call Allison. You get to sit down with your worry, with your fear, with your lack of faith. You get to sit down face to face with someone who has more faith in their soul and more belief, more prayer, and they look past whatever is holding you down. Whatever is not working, whatever has you in fear, whatever has you in anger, let a practitioner lift it from you. Let a practitioner sit there with you and talk about what the spiritual truth of your particular situation is. How many people have had a practitioner session? Awesome. Did it work? Did it shift? Did all of a sudden you not be walking around as heavy? Did you maybe laugh? Practitioner session. An hour of golden time just for you. God, your practitioner, and you as one, talking it out. and coming to a spiritual realization of what the truth really is. What a gift. And I got to tell you, it's a bigger gift for the practitioner. Because I guarantee you, whatever you ask me to talk about, it's something going on in my own life. So, now we talk about practitioner sessions are paid sessions. And that's true. We spend a lot of time, a lot of years in class, studying, becoming certified, doing boards, passing written exams, to get to have this honor, to sit with you and know the spiritual truth. But the spiritual truth about the payment part of this is that the range can be anything from a love offering on up to like $150. It's worth every penny, every second. You walk out of that room knowing that you are so loved and you are so filled with spirit that you're able to move beyond whatever is holding you in that negative space. Amen. Amen. Yes. Yes. So let's keep the practitioners busy. Like, why would you walk around with your heart heavy? Why would you walk around in anger? Why? You get to put it in a balloon and you get to let it go. Go. All right, don't come back. That would not be good for this talk. So that is what I really want to stand up here and talk about. That's what I want your takeaway to be today. Now, you each were given a balloon, yes? And so you have an assignment this week. I want you, look, Mary's trying to blow it up already. Yeah, there's like 70 other people who want you to do theirs too. Put that balloon somewhere where you're going to look at it. And I want you to think about what is it that you want in your balloon. I could share a few dogs. I might get a little cranky over the chocolate, but what is it that you want in your balloon? And if there's something in there that puts you in anger, puts you in fear, puts you in doubt, makes you feel unloved, it's time to pop your balloon. Start again, because they're pretty easy to pop. I'm sure that fighter jet wants to take another selfie. But don't let your life be consumed with the negatives. That's not why we're here. That's not why you've chosen to walk through these doors. That's why our belief here is harder, because you actually have to treat and move your feet. But it works every time. Every time. So, are you guys ready to be so light you feel like you're gonna fly away? Yeah? Yeah? So we got some, we're going to think about these practitioner sessions and keep that in our back pocket, knowing that it's a spiritual tool. And it works every time. So I'm so appreciative of you being here today, of listening, of being part of my balloon. Such a joy to sit here and look out and see all these smiling and wonderful faces. Namaste, my friends. So let's step into prayer for a minute. And so as we simply gather our thoughts, knowing that there is only one power in this universe, only one power running in, through, and as connected to each of us. That one power has chosen us to walk the planet at this time and has given us specific gifts that are needed here now. That power has only asked that we show up as who we are, to be our authentic selves, and to share that so that others can see the light. They can experience our love. And so if there's anyone in this room or listening that has an angst, whether it be financial, maybe there's a health challenge, maybe there's a relationship challenge, maybe work just isn't the place you're supposed to be. So we take all of those negatives that are not working in our lives, and we know that there's the answer, and the answer is to turn it over to this higher power. That with every breath we take, Spirit is working through us, and all we have to do is stand up and say, yes, I'm ready to do something different, or yes, I'm ready to change my mind, or yes, I can look past my anger into love. That I am here. I am chosen. I've been picked to be a light, to demonstrate love. And so with joy and with gratitude and with gratefulness, we simply step into these roles that we are clearly given. And we simply take this and we release it to the working of that law that has already said yes. Repeat that. The law that has already said yes. And then the next step is to simply let it be. And if you get to a point where you can't let it be, you call a practitioner. Because we truly are here to love and laugh and live and eat chocolate and walk our dogs. We're here to put into our balloon the good stuff and then help spread that. So I invite you to help me anchor this prayer by saying, and so it is. Thank you.